from the Bolt Bros are here today. Hey, my guys. Sorry, Kyle will not be able to make the show today. He's still out working and everything too. But guys, we need to get you guys a pregame show for the huge matchup versus the Texans. Big game, guys. And once again, week 17, we are here. This is when the games matter most, right? This is when you could find out if you could potentially win the division, where you're going to get seated for the playoffs. Big matchup versus the Texans. So we got a ton to talk about this, guys. So let's just go ahead and get into it, guys. So Bolt Bros.
Let's go.
What's up, Pyramid, man? You watching the Bolt Bros podcast. Stay tuned.
Charter blue dreams, stadium lights gleam. Bolt Bros on the beat, lead stream. Chargers rocking speeds, Sonic Supreme. From the podcast to the field, we're a team. Charged up, Bolt Bros on the night. LA Thunder in electric delight. Bolts in the battle, sparking bright. Charged up, ride the lightning, feel the fright.
Woo! Here we go, boys. Man, when that intro started for us and Denzel Perryman was there, I was like, it sucks that he's not going to be here for the next two. Bummer to see that, guys. But I know even in the comments, some people even talked about it already. You know, and the thing about it is, like, you know, missing a guy like that, a guy that's a great run stopper, a guy that's a very good leader being on the field. I mean, he's obviously very good with, you know, playing next to Deion Henley.
Yeah, Henley. I think we're better with him. Definitely not as good without him.
Oh, man.
And it's ridiculous, too, because I think they were just saying they were just violent hits and targeting. And it's like, come on, that's a stupid – come on. The NFL's gotten a little soft, in my opinion, at the end of the day.
Agreed.
In fact, I was curious. Did Rashee Rice, did Quentin or Derwin James and also Tony Jefferson get fined for those hits on Rashee Rice? I was curious.
They did get fined. I know Tony Jefferson did get fined like $7,111 or something like that. Some weird figure of some sort.
So ridiculous.
But
I just don't understand.
NFL is kind of cracking down right now. I mean, even say DK Metcalf and what happened there. You got a 2-game suspension pulling down a fan's, like, you know, trying to fight him, basically. It was super random.
Now, that makes sense to me, right?
Yep.
He's attacking a fan. I understand that. But when you're on the field hitting people, come on, there's a difference there. You're playing a sport. It's getting a little frustrating, right? So anyways, I'm very curious. Guys, hopefully we sound well, too. Let us know if we sound okay in the chat. We can't quite hear. Again, we have the one mic, so we just want to make sure we sound all right. So give us a thumbs up if we sound good.
Yep, no doubt, guys. And once again, we're a little bit earlier today because obviously it's got Christmas stuff kind of going on, family in town, obviously, here in Arizona. And we just kind of want to make sure we get this knocked out for you guys so we can get a little pregame hype for the game tomorrow on Saturday at 1:30 Pacific Standard Time, 2:30 our time here in Mountain. But, man, we're excited about this one, and it's a big matchup, man. Last night we thought the Chiefs were going to do us a solid and beat the Broncos. It did not happen, but it got a lot tighter than you really would have expected with that Broncos Chiefs game last night. And but we got to handle our business. We win this game. Week 18 versus the Broncos in Denver is for the division, which would be incredible to do, guys. And I'd love to be able to see the Chargers make that happen.
Man, I'll tell you what. And the Chiefs almost took care of business.
That's what I'm saying.
Freaking crazy. And I just kept thinking, how sick would that have been? Look, the Broncos are just limping in, right? They're not playing great football. They're playing kind of up and down football. So we'll see. Look, at the end of the day, you want to be playing your best football at the end of the year. Right now, at least from what we've seen so far, the Chargers are playing pretty good football. But I think this game is going to really come down to defense. Defense has got to win this game for us. And we're going up against a really good defense as well, too. So we'll get more into the game plan, what we think is going to happen. Lots to discuss in this video, so we should just get into it.
Just to say quick things just about the Broncos. I have a buddy that's texting me right now just about like how they're not getting to the quarterback like they used to. They seem tired. They seem just slow. They just seem like they're very off as a team. To Andrew's point, you got to play your best football right now. This is the time to be your best and to play your best. So, and Chargers doing great right now. And to be honest, no knock on the Texans by any means. I mean, they are playing good football. They have a very good win streak ahead of them right now, too. They were basically dead in the water for a while there, too, by the way.
They were.
So, ultimately, Chargers are playing good and the Texans are playing good. Now, I will say with the Texans, I do think they're playing offensively wise. I don't think they're as good as they should be. I think they maybe are a little bit slow in that side of things. I don't think the run game to me scares me that much. It's the defense that obviously scares me the most. They're on a 7-game win streak, which is, I think, one of the longest right now in the NFL right now. So we'll see what happens here, guys.
Yeah, I think, like I said, it's going to come down to the defense, right? CJ Stroud has not looked good. He's been very up and down all season. Their offensively are just not good. I think our defenses should stymie their offense for the most part. But they have a damn good defense. So it's just my little hors d'oeuvres to our conversation. The little hors d'oeuvres, little accoutrement. That's not English. Anyways, you get what I'm saying. My point is,
it's hors d'oeuvres.
no, it's pronounced hors d'oeuvres. That's correct.
Okay,
it's pronounced hors d'oeuvres.
That's the alternate universe.
Exactly. And so, bottom line, the Chargers defense better step up and win this game. And I think offensively, we're just going to run the ball, and Herbert's going to throw the ball maybe 25 times total. That's it. So I wouldn't expect a lot of fireworks from Herbert. You want to keep him out of harm's way. He's got a broken hand. Let's remember that, folks. Swollen, not good. Let's keep him healthy. Let's keep him healthy going into the playoffs. And
no doubt.
Let's bring the Broncos down and
doubt.
beat them.
Let's
go.
Well, speaking of one meme, if you guys didn't see this little drama that kind of happened out there in Pukenukua talking about that we're little brothers in Los Angeles here, I thought this was a pretty funny meme. I put this up on my Instagram, but it's just kind of a funny one, and I added and tagged Puka on there too. And then I said, "What up, big bro?" And we were both 11-4. What do you got? What do you got, bro? Dude. What do you got?
So sick.
And I think it's a pretty funny little meme too. But look, man, we're 11-4. They're 11-4. I said before this season, buddy, that's a big Rams fan too. I said, hey, look, you know what? This is going to be one of the best seasons for NFL football for LA. We're going to have two very good teams in NFL or in the NFL or in Los Angeles right now. And, there's even a lot of talks about the whole thing about, Chargers fans don't have fans and everything like that too. But there's a lot of people talking about there's not a lot of Rams fans out there too, by the way. And I really do think that there's a lot more Chargers fans than Rams fans at this point. Obviously, I know they won a Super Bowl, so their fans got a little bit higher and everything too. But I've been saying for the longest, this is the best era of Chargers football that we're entering in with Jim Harbaugh. And it's year 2 is already paying off, where we could potentially be 13-4 with a lot less weapons on the offensive line.
Yeah, and I think bottom line, when people say there's no fans, there are fans. There are fans all over the place. I'm in Arizona, or right now. I live in Utah. Kyle lives in Utah.
Multiple people that we met out from Canada.
Yeah.
People even from, I think, Ireland, too, that we met, too. It was wild when we went to the Texans game last year. The amount of people from just everywhere were there. And that was, such a cool thing to see. But it made me feel like the fan base is just very spread out all around.
We are. And, hey, we've moved around a little bit. It is what it is, right? A lot of people from San Diego don't stay in San Diego forever, too. So they move. It's exactly what happened to us. But it's exciting. And I will say one last thing about the Rams and the Chargers. It just LA sports in general. Agree or disagree with me on this. They're fickle fan base, right? You're winning, they're happy. You're not winning, they don't care. And so bottom line, there's also a lot of sports teams they could root for as well, too. You got Lakers, there's 2 basketball teams, 2 baseball teams. What, how many? 3 soccer teams now?
Yeah.
3 soccer teams, which is
crazy,
ridiculous. So I'm just saying there's a lot of sports to cheer for there. And so it just gets a little bit, the waters get a little muddied. They want people from out of town coming to LA and spending money in LA. That's what they care about. So, yeah, it's a different conversation, but it is what it is.
And this is one thing, man, Jayhawk and Chargers fan, man. The Bolt fan was strong in Dallas last week, and I was also proud of the Bolt fan in KC the week before, man. And, last year, I remember there was a lot of talks about the Chargers fan base that showed up in Vegas. Obviously, Vegas to LA or San Diego, vice versa. There was a lot of fans there at the Raiders Stadium, too.
Yeah.
There was a lot of fans at the Houston playoff game last year, too. The thing about it is I think maybe it's as it gets kind of a little bit later in the season and we're starting to look really, really well, I think fans do show up a lot, too. But I do think that there is a very growing culture, too. That's the fans are starting to grow further and further and further. How many times I've seen fans come up talking to me about oh, Jim Harbaugh is your coach now, and I was a big fan of Michigan, and I'm a Chargers fan because I love Jim Harbaugh kind of thing. So it's like that's what Jim Harbaugh brings to this team. He brings basically a bigger fan base globally for this team.
Yeah, we're globally diverse. That's the right word for it.
That's right.
Globally diverse, right?
Yep. So here you go. Grandizer Steven says, I never got the whole there are not Rams nor Charger fans. More of those fans than Cardinals fans, and that's in Arizona. Yeah, I agree, man. I mean, Cardinals to me are an interesting one. Like every time, I mean, this is a very transplant state, by the way. Like it's kind of one of those things. It's tough to find somebody who's like essentially a native Arizonan. But at the same side, it is one of those. There are a lot of transplants here, people that are from Chicago, Michigan, you know, kind of in that region and everything too. And obviously a lot of people from California moved out here too. So, but man, and you know, we'll see what happens, guys. But this game this weekend is massive. There's a lot of hype from the fans, by the way, too, to be at this one. A lot of excitement about this one, guys. And you know what? Look, we're wearing the navies.
Jerseys.
We're wearing the navies. We're wearing the navies. And you know, it's great. It's great to see this one and wear the navies. I always feel like we look tough in these all navy uniforms. We always look really, really good all around, man. And,
you know, I just have to say this though, real quick. I'm a little sad Chris Kringle didn't bring me a Navy jersey. You know what I mean? I'm a little sad. You know, I might have to buy one myself. You know what I mean? Just got to decide which jersey I want. Do I want a Herbert or a James? I don't know. I have to figure that out. Anyways, but those jerseys are fire, man. So.
And this game's on NFL Network too, 1:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Big game, guys, for this team. Now, even to say after this week, I'm sure they're going to announce what's going on with the Broncos Chargers game. I assume that's probably going to get flexed to a Sunday night game.
Yes.
But it does look like Eddie got a new Charger sweater for Christmas, my guys.
Let's go.
And also, by the way, in the chat, guys, let us know what you guys got for Christmas and everything too, man. There was some really good stuff that a lot of fans got. So yeah, check it out, man. Love to see the sweater there too, Eddie, man. But
Aether, you crazy bros. Thank you, Aether. You know what? That's a compliment. I appreciate that.
We always crazy here, my guys. You know who it is. We're tuning into the crazies.
But I will say one little talk. James and I and potentially a brother-in-law went and saw a movie last night. We saw Anaconda, a little drop that. Pretty dang funny movie, guys. Jack Black, Paul Rudd, pretty great movie. Anyways, little side conversation there. But you want to see a crazy movie? That one's pretty funny.
Well, it's funny. While we were watching that, I was streaming the Chiefs Broncos game, so I was paying attention to both at the same time. Yeah. So, you know, I was that dude with the screen all lit up while there. But you know, whatever.
People threw popcorn on us, but we don't care. We don't care. You know, whatever.
Jayhawk is saying that you need to get a Hampton jersey, man.
Oh,
you know,
that's a good call.
It's a good call. I wouldn't mind just getting just a Keenan Allen jersey, just to keep it a little bit legend too. But Amari Hampton would be a dope one too, man.
Allen might not be bad too. Okay,
yeah.
I gotta think about that.
Big game, guys, against the Texans this weekend, man. Excited for this one. Let me know where you guys are gonna watch this game on the couch. Be at the game.
Woo! A
lot of talks about chants going on there too. There's a lot of hype, man. This is a playoff game for sure for both teams. To be honest, for us, it keeps us in the running. We win this game, keeps us in the running to potentially take the division from the Broncos next week.
Yep.
For the Texans, it keeps them in the running to basically find a way into the playoffs. Not saying they can't find a way into the division. It would be the Jaguars that have to stumble where the Texans need to win to basically take the division. But it's a big game for both teams, man. In a lot of different ways, this is an exciting one for the fans on both ends. Now,
yeah, James, so hold on just a second. You're kind of going a little too quick here. So what I was saying also, what I wanted to say is that bottom line, we are so lucky to have amazing football going on. We have 3 playoff games in a row. Texans, the Broncos, and then the playoff game that we actually are going to be in where we get slaughtered for. That's awesome, guys. We should all be thankful for the fact that we are available and playing, and these games matter. Other teams don't care. We do care, and we are just lucky to have – I mean, these past few games have been nothing but playoff games, so it's exciting.
I mean, I would probably even say since the bye week has been playoff games, and we are 4-0 since that point. So we have basically done a fantastic job of making sure we're winning and constantly winning or playing our best football right now this season, right this second. Yep. So – for the most part, we are playoffs. This is playoffs right now, guys. And DVS Monk, this is one of the talks about the whole chant, the thunder kind of thing. And so that is one of the talks out there too. So you know what? Pre-game, if you're going to be at the game, go to the pink lot. There'll be a lot of talk about the chants and kind of things that are going to go on there too. I'm excited to see what happens for this game and this crowd just to be absolutely lit.
Yeah, and not only that, right? Again, the tailgate is undefeated. No matter what, go to the tailgate. It is so fun. Get some tacos. Think about the Bolt Bros. Go to Let's Taco About It.
Think about the Bull Bros.
That's right. When you eat that taco, you go, Andrew likes these tacos, and he's not here to enjoy them, so I'm enjoying them for him. So have a good time. Have fun.
Here you go. And Jayhawk is basically saying, he's like, I got a buddy I work with in KC. He's a Texans fan. We're going to watch together and bet $100. Let's go.
It's going to be a big game, man.
Big game, man. Make it happen, dude. And we got a Thayer over here with a $1.99 super chat, my guy. Woo! Let's get it. Herbie, big game, 345 yards, 3 touchdowns. Bolts win 31-10.
Boy, I mean, throw the ball that much, though. I don't know about that, Aether. Woo! I think we're going to run it. Aether. I don't know.
I mean, I could say this, though. I mean, if we posted up a video that was from another podcast, Matt Money Smith made some pretty good comments that essentially, if we keep a team under 20, we're like 9-1, I believe. We score over 20, we're 10-1 type situation here. I mean, we are one of those teams where it's like, if we could just find a way to keep them under 20, we will find a way to win.
100%.
Basically, that's it.
And we have to run the ball, too. I think it was running the ball like 25 times. I think it was Herbert throwing the ball less than 30 times, little things like that. There was a whole formula that he put together. James did a short video on it. But Matt Money Smith was on point on what it took for us to win and how we're winning games this season, right? So I think we go back to that formula, guys, and keep Herbert healthy. Again, folks, we don't have the best offensive line. You don't want to see Justin Herbert get dry humped up and down the field by, I don't know, some of the best defensive linemen in the NFL right now. Who's, let's see, what do we got here? Will Anderson, Daniil Hunter, and then Derek Stingley, cornerback. Absolutely incredible. These guys like to have the highest PFF scores almost in the NFL. So, look, we've got to be cautious. The game plan has to be tight to get that done.
No doubt, man. No doubt. And, you know, there, once again, thank you so much for the $1.99 super chat. My guy who hit him with the BTS little heart thingy, dude. And, even to say this, too, Eddie's even talking about the starting offensive line, Bobby Hart, Zion Johnson, Bradley Bozeman, Trevor Penning, and Trey Pipkins. Now, we'll talk about the injury report here in a little bit because I think the Trevor Penning right guard might actually get switched with Becton. He did have a practice, so we'll see kind of what happens there from there. But, just to go over real quick the game picks, and then we'll jump into our sponsor here. Now, we got pretty good little roundup here, guys, where we're showing that the Chargers are being chosen for the majority. MJD is always a hater. Always a hater.
What's up with that guy, dude? Like, what does he not like powder blue? I don't understand.
He played for the Raiders. He hates us. He hates us. It's always the opposite every time with us.
The Raiders, dude. Nobody cares about the Raiders. They're irrelevant.
That's right.
Okay, they're irrelevant. Right. Nobody cares. Anyway.
But then Gordon has us getting blown out, which I don't see that happening. But I could see a lot more closer style type games like Shook basically put out there. But, hey, look. Hey, Adam Stank chose us 22-18, kind of an odd score, but hey, I'll take it, whatever.
That is a really weird score.
I think ultimately it's going to be a pretty close game, guys, and we'll talk about the stats here in a little bit and breaking down each of the offensive and defensive stats of how this game could be very, very tight for us.
Yeah, and I think I'll just say this, guys, I think, again, said this before, we'll probably talk more about this again. It's really just going to come down to the defense. I just think whichever defense shows up and balls out will be good. The good news is for the Charger fans, we have a much better offense than Houston has. Get a little hors d'oeuvre again to what we're going to talk about the offense and defense. I mean, I have all these stats on the side. We'll talk about them at the end of the video. Just enjoy. We'll keep cracking jokes.
Keep it going. Keep it going. Yeah, and a quick question. I thought this was kind of a good one, too. Eddie was saying, hey, James Andrew, how far will our Bolts have to go for Khalil Mack to return for one more season? Because I want our Bolts to run it back with Mack, Tuli, and OA for 2026.
Man, so amazing.
It's a good question, man. I think it really is ultimately for him. Does he want to go through the doldrums of a full season and an off season and everything, too?
He doesn't – dude – dislocated his elbow and he's still out there.
Still out there doing his thing.
I don't know, man. I could see him coming back another year. I really can.
Yeah. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, think ultimately for Khalil Mack, I mean, his career-wise, he has not had a playoff win in his career.
That's true.
So I think ultimately just keep winning, guys. Just keep winning, and I think that'll boil it all down for us. And to be honest, man, Harbaugh year 2 is always different. Remember, he did that with the Niners and got them to the AFC Championship, Super Bowl, second year. So, I mean, I'm not saying that's going to happen, but if it does happen, believe me, Khalil Mack, I think, is going to find his way back around.
Yeah, and I would just add one other thing, too. The thing it might come back down to is money as well, which is it's kind of sad to say. We have $111 million. You know, he might say, well, I want a lot of that money. But we got a lot of people we got to pay as well, too. We got to pay Tuli. We got to pay Owe.
Yep.
You know, there's a lot of people on this team. I mean, Tier Tart, another perfect example. You know, we keep Tier Tart. Wow, nice. I'm combining words. But bottom line, there's going to be a lot to come back with that as well, too. So I think that's a great comment, though.
Totally. Sounds good. And, there was a comment in here too, also about one of the Bolt Bros jackets here too. Alfonso, man, if you emailed us on it, we get that all situated for you, my guys. So email us back, and I'm sure Kyle basically ordered that jacket already for you. So
okay.
If you are a part of the contest too, and the contest is still running right now, we'll absolutely see if we can throw out a link on that one too, guys. So, but quick word from our sponsor would be a good time to knock that out. And once again, guys, you know we've been talking about it all year too with Sleeper. And what Sleeper has been for us, guys, man. So let's jump right into it, guys. So ever heard of the Sleeper app? Here's a little secret.
Hey.
It's more than just a platform for season-long fantasy leagues. This year, millions of users enjoyed playing fantasy sports on Sleeper, but the app offers so much more. Live stats, real-time updates, and visualization on all stats. Newsfeed, get lightning-fast updates on your favorite players and teams. Real-time chat, engage with other users about individual plays and performances during the NFL, and we are in the NBA season right now. So download the #1 sports app today and experience it for yourself. And also, once again, you get a $100 deposit, match up to $100 when you use code BOLTBROS, guys. So once again, guys, appreciate the support. Shout out to Hog Media, too. We always appreciate it, guys, and appreciate Sleepers.
Thinking about us.
Sleepers.
Hey, you know what, though? It's a great app, though. I will say this. It's a fantastic app. If you're not using, you're sleeping. Anyways, I'll say this other thing, too. Miguel said we should split the script and read the ad.
Yeah, split the script.
That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Every other word. He reads, I read.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, that would be really interesting.
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't go over very well. I'll just say that right now.
Dang, this would be an interesting thing. I heard the Penning move to right guard was kind of a mini benching. Becton has been playing terrible. And
he's been horrible.
Horrible. So when we made that trade for Penning, I was like, okay, let me watch one of his last games. He played against the Rams, being on the Saints. That was kind of a miserable situation there for them. They basically talked a little bit, and when I watched him playing left guard, I was like, he looked pretty dang good, to be honest, man. He looked pretty dang good. So I will see what happens, man. And I do think the long-term perspective of Penning is that he'll probably end up being a guard for us next year. I think they just really want to get his hands on him, see where he could fit pretty much more or less to this team. And we'll see what happens, man. I mean, I think it's going to be one of those guys that they're going to add in the mix next year too.
Well, so remember, Penning is good at run blocking, not so great at pass blocking. Yep. That's where he struggles. So just keep that in mind, right? And I think that's what's really hurt his career in the NFL, especially with this, obviously with the Saints. Sure. He's played for in the NFL. But my point is that, except the Chargers, of course, just recently. But bottom line, he has to get better at pass blocking. That is what he's struggled with.
Yep.
He's a great run, stopper. He does a great job opening holes and all the above. Pass blocking, rough. Of course, you look at Becton. He has been a $20 million experiment that has gone completely awry. He's not been good. So, quite frankly, Penning over Becton, that's probably the right move. I think he's much better. So, anyways, we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, and really look at what Penning did with some of the run blocking. I think it was within the Chiefs, or the one where he got a lot more snap counts. I think it was against the Chiefs. And the first drive of basically him being utilized as a run blocker, just burying people, dude. Burying people. And it was a great thing. So, I mean, hopefully coaching can basically get him a little bit better on the pass game blocking side of things too. But let's jump real quick in, because since we're talking already about some of the Now let me move this thing over somewhere over here.
Perfect. Ooh.
And so here's our injury report. I mean, it's a big injury report for both teams, but I mean, a lot of our injuries were more like, hey, rest guys for like, just veteran kind of rest kind of situation too. Darius Davis is out. Basically, you got Mekhi Becton basically playing limited right now too, but did have a full practice on Thursday too. Now, I did hear that they were taking Christmas essentially off, so they probably had like an early morning Christmas type practice and then just, hey, man, take the rest of the day off kind of thing. But he is questionable for Mekhi Becton. I think it goes back to that point where Harbaugh talked about, I'm going to play the most healthiest guys in whatever position too. If he's not going to be 100%, that's where the whole Penning situation gets involved. So Darius Davis out for this game. You got to love seeing that Justin Herbert's playing full throughout the week too. Bud Dupree will be back, so I assume probably Kyle Kennard will not be active for this game. RJ Mickens is out. Jamari Sawyer is out. I hate seeing that with a hamstring. Benjamin St. Juice, he's going to be out too, so you probably see a little Dean Leonard at this point too.
Maybe even some Nico Reed.
Nico Reed possibly could be out there. Tier Tart, questionable. I think he's going to be a go. The Kamani Vidal one is the one that I'm interested to see here.
Yeah. And we did sign Jarrett Patterson to the team.
Yep.
He is signed to the team, which is interesting. So it'd be interesting to see if he's out there. I would think they might put him out there. But man, that's a lot for Amari Hampton to run. Of course, we do have also Hassan Haskins. So Haskins, the weird thing about Haskins is he gets those tough yards like Hampton, but he's just not as electric as Hampton. So that's a good interesting way of saying it.
Totally. And, for the Texans wise, Trent Brown being out, their tackle, that's a big one. I mean, he's a big dude, big hoss. Yeah, that dude's like 370.
He's gigantic.
Easy.
And so that's good for us. Now, again, just talking about the defense real quick on the offensive line side for the Chargers is they're probably going to attack our boy Deckless on the left side.
I agree.
They are just going to.
If he's playing the left, it sounds like it's Bobby Hart going to be on the left.
Oh, they are going to move him. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Okay, so that's good. You did say that earlier, right? So they really are doing that. That kind of surprises me.
That's what I'm hearing. Yeah. That's been the breakdown of the practice so far this week. So Jamal Hill's out for the Texans. I was interested to see if Woody Marks was really going to be out, but he looks like he got to end up a full practice this week. So they're going to have their guys out there, guys. Derek Stingley's obviously a fantastic player, too. Did have a DNP on Tuesday, oblique situation going on there. They're going to be at full strength essentially at this point outside of Trent Brown. So this defense is going to be there, my guys.
One last thought on that then. So that what that means then on the offensive line, I'm sorry to keep belaboring this point. You'll probably see Deckless, if Bobby Hart is the left tackle, he'll run the kind of like the sixth man offensive line tight end alignment like Trevor Penning was running. So that's kind of an interesting thing. So he'll probably slide him up and down. Yeah. He'll probably end up on the left side more than likely most of the game, I would assume.
Totally, man. But we also did get a $9.99 super chat from Jayhawk and Chargers fan. My guy, dude. Appreciate it, my guy.
I'm going to go get some peppermint frozen yogurt after this.
That's right. We get that going on here.
Thank you, Jayhawk fan. It's going to be great. We'll be thinking of you, my dog. We'll be thinking of you. Peppermint frozen yogurt.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, Bull Bros, and Merry Christmas to you all in the chat too, my guys.
Absolutely.
Thank you, man. We always appreciate it, guys. And you appreciate you guys tuning in all year, man. That's one thing I was always appreciated. Every time we get on the show, we get a lot of interaction with you guys. We love hearing from you guys. This is also a channel allowing you to be able to speak your minds too. So
it's a platform for all of you guys. And actually, that's really why we started the channel in general, right? It wasn't really for any particular reason, but we just wanted to engage with fans, and you guys are awesome. So thank you so much. Again, it's been an amazing year for us, and we've done a lot of amazing football too. We got more football to go. I mean, just looking back and thinking, oh, this is amazing. So it's exciting.
Well, we got extra football guaranteed at this point, which is great. So after week 18, we still got some Chargers football to go, and I can't wait to see how this whole season kind of pans out, man.
So sick of won both the next two games. Ooh.
I'll say this: not a lot of teams would be 11-4 right now with what's going on with this team, man. And I'll say this: I do think that. Sorry, dude. There it is, right there. This is basically kind of a comparison of what second season with the team Jim Harbaugh has been, and obviously this is kind of a little bit of an older stat here, but we are basically 11-4 with this guy. So basically same time last season, 2012 when he was the head coach of the Niners, got to 11-4 second season. We're very similar, guys. Like you look at it, 24 points per game, 23 points per game, 20 first down games, 20 per game, just playing that bully ball type game. Takeaways per game, 1.4, got to the Super Bowl with that versus his brother, with the whole lights out situation. And I remember, I want to say that same exact game, I had a Super Bowl squares thing and I had the score, and I think they ended up doing that 2-point conversion late in the game that threw off the score for me. I almost had the money won, and then I ended up losing it. But any which way. But
great story, James.
Great story. I lost more money because of that freaking game. But, basically circle around. Now Jim Harbaugh is our head coach, and we're tracking extremely well in this season with Jim Harbaugh. It's crazy what second-year Harbaugh is, man.
Yeah, well, look, it's a culture shift, right?
Yep.
And get these guys to figure out how to play, how are we going to make this work? And look, the formula, again, Matt Money Smith said it perfectly. That short video that James did, it illustrates it perfectly, because Matt Money Smith just explained it. Look, run the ball, be effective at running the ball, limit your throws, make your throws effective, play good defense, and don't make mistakes. That's it,
Simple.
Guys. I think, again, you see like these, different offensive coordinators, trying to do different things. Guys, football's not that complicated. You got to score more points than the other guys. What's the easiest way of doing it? He keeps it simple, right? He keeps it simple. Keep it simple, stupid.
Yep.
And that's just Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I mean, it's a culture shift. And I think that's one thing that when Jim Harbaugh came in, he talked a lot about making a culture here, bully ball type situation. And we're seeing it right now, guys. And we're doing it with a lot less people on the O-line. Last week was one of our first games we did not give up sacks. And you're doing that with a O-line that is not looking so good, which is crazy. But fun fact here, Shad Hansen, Tuli tied for fourth in sacks with Texans. Yep. Danielle Hunter. That's crazy,
He's amazing,
man.
too. Yeah. Well, I can't remember. I think Tuli's got 60 pressure, something like that.
Yep. It's something crazy about that too.
I'm trying to look at some of these stats here as well. Tuli. Yeah. Well, Will Anderson has 11.5 sacks. Oh, Tuli's at 13. Okay. So, and then Danielle Hunter is right the same.
And 20 tackles for a loss for Tuli also too.
Yeah, and they're also projecting Danielle Hunter to have a 35% win rate versus this game.
Yikes.
35 guys.
Yeah.
Well, and actually, remember the game against the Eagles, they had a 66 win rate, 66% win rate against us. So that even meant on rushing plays, we were getting pressured.
Crazy.
That's so bad, guys. And so again, I would expect kind of the similar type of situation. So I'm curious to see how, like, as many people want to give Greg Roman a hard time, he's done a good job of making us still win games. Hopefully keeping Herbert as healthy as possible.
Getting the best out of every player, man. And that's the thing, dude. And, Jay Hawk and Chargers fan, it's a great time to be a Chargers fan, especially living in KC and KC sucking.
Ooh.
It's been so much fun enjoying the dubs with y'all, man. We appreciate hanging with you guys, man, and enjoying these dubs. And it's such a fun time to be a Charger fan right now, too. And yes, KC did say they announced that they're going to be moving to Kansas, too. Yep. So I think it's 2031, I think, is where their key time of when that move will happen. But big shout out to Jim Harbaugh, what he's created with this team and creating a complete shift of this team. And this stat is kind of something I think is kind of a weird looking octopus looking chart here. But at the same side, basically what this is the amount of outcomes that this could happen for this team for the end of season outcomes. What is it going to be? 27% chance of winning the division. What seed are you going to potentially get? Well, 1 seed plus a bye, it's 3% chance, 11% to get to the 2 seed, 13% to get to the 3rd. It's basically under 1% to get to the 4 seed, because Steelers and Ravens are essentially going to be a lock for the 4th seed.
Yep.
I hate it as every division gets, regardless of record, if you win the division, you get a home game. I hate that whole rule, guys. It's stupid. It should be based upon records, purely.
It really should, because especially when you have 2 or 3 teams in each division doing like in our situation.
Yep.
It's ridiculous. And then you have crappy divisions. Someone's 8-9 or whatever, and they win because the division's so garbage.
Totally.
Anyways.
But I mean, ultimately where it is that we are locked into the playoffs at this point. I mean, it's 99% chance. It's pretty much just a lock at this point. It's actually clinched, 100% clinched at this point. But 18% to get the 5th, 23% to get to the 6th, and 32% basically to get to 7th pick. So ultimately, this is 100% here for you guys. We are locked in. It's just kind of which way is it going to get sorted out. And that's the fun part of these last couple weeks of football. But let me simplify it for you guys a little bit here. If Broncos win out, basically they get the 1 seed at this point. Win out plus a Broncos loss for the Patriots, they'll get the 1 seed. Jags win out, basically a loss and a loss for the Broncos and the Patriots. They get basically the 1 seed. We got a chance to get a 1 seed too. We basically need to just win out, which would obviously include beating the Broncos. Basically the Patriots lose and, the Jaguars lose 1 game in the next 2. Pretty simple schedule for both of those teams. I'll just throw it out there. We could get the 1 seed at that point.
Yep.
So that's where it's at. So win out basically for the Broncos and have pretty much all of us lose above him. And also the same thing down here with the Texans. I don't think that's going to happen for the Texans by any means, but that's to actually get more division, I think, for them than anything. But actually, it would be a lose-out situation for all of them. But
yeah, but these are by far the best teams. It's just really going to boil down to what seeding they get for sure. So it's exciting. I mean, none of those teams really scare me a whole lot, right? I think, guys, the AFC to me, correct me if I'm wrong, the AFC feels very open.
Very much.
Like, I don't feel like there's one dominant team. Like, okay, I look at the Broncos and go, the one team I would maybe say would be the Patriots. But my argument with the Patriots is they haven't played anybody really, right? I don't know. I feel like I've had an easy schedule. Anyways, so that's just kind of my take.
I mean, the 3 teams that were in the playoffs last year are Chargers, Bills. 4 teams. Broncos were in the playoffs.
Yeah, Broncos too, yeah.
And the Texans. So I kind of look at it like experience. Like, what is your experience of being in the playoffs? Now, Liam Cohen basically being a new head coach of the Jaguars, what he did this year is incredible for what he's been able to get out of Trevor Lawrence. Obviously with Mike Vrabel, what he's done with the Patriots, there's not a lot of experience there on the playoff side of things too. So we'll see, man. I mean, I think it's a very open division. And this is really probably one of the best situations for the Bills, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because you don't got the Chiefs there anymore. And that helps anybody,
Nemesis.
Nemesis, exactly. But that's been all of our nemesis for the last 10 years kind of thing.
They better send us a really nice Christmas gift.
I know.
To Chargers headquarters,
They're gone.
I don't want some stupid fruitcake. You better send something good, right? You better give me something real good, because, eliminating the Chiefs, you know what I mean? So,
no doubt.
And putting Kelsey in retirement, right?
No doubt.
You're done, fool. We're done with you.
Shout out to Pappy, man. Yeah, go over to the pink lot. You can see him over there. He's usually kind of in the front section, kind of where Let's Talk About It's out. You'll see him over there on the side. He will basically be giving away a Chargers legend jersey tomorrow. So go on over there and check it out. Pink lot, man. It's going to be a great time at the game, too. And I did see that tickets aren't too crazy expensive right now. You can get tickets around $70, $80 from what I saw. It's only going to get cheaper once it gets closer to the game, too. So. But a lot to be said on this game this weekend. A lot of things happening for both of these teams for playoff side of things. Now, I thought this was an interesting. Benjamin Solak basically tweeted out, if I had to submit an MVP ballot today, May, Herbert, Stafford as the top 3. And I agree, man. There's a side with May, and I did watch one of the last Patriots game, and I did see that he really did put his team on the back and found a way to win that. I was impressed by that. And the growth from basically going from Mayo to Mike Vrabel has been a big jump for him. Once again, it's that whole thing. Coaching matters. Your coach matters on how well these teams and these players to develop at this point. Now, Mac Jones might have even had a better situation if he had maybe a little bit better coaching. Now, obviously, he had Bill Belichick for a little bit. But at the same side, the whole system wasn't working for whatever reason. Coaching makes a big difference. Now, Herbert, he's doing great things with less at this point, and he is playing an absolute phenomenal game, and Stafford is obviously balling out in a lot of different ways too, but it's kind of a cool list to look at and say, hey, you got 2 LA quarterbacks on that list too.
Yeah, and I think that you also need to understand that Herbert's done with a broken hand these last 4 games. Mm-hmm. May has also played arguably easier talent. The other person I would say is definitely Stafford. Stafford, the freaking Rams are awesome. They're a great team. Again, the 2 LA, we're lucky to be in LA, right? LA has a lot of great football. And so both those teams are absolutely killing it. So you just have to look at, kind of strength of schedule as well too. But yeah, I think this is a smart top 3 in my opinion. Again, the one person I would say though, you should add on there is Myles Garrett, but Myles Garrett isn't, because defensive players don't typically win it. But Myles Garrett is just having an amazing year on
Fantastic.
a really crappy team. So I don't know. It's just my take on it. But they usually don't go on – MVPs don't go to teams that suck. So, that's just how it is.
Totally. But I thought it was an interesting list here, too. And also shout out to the guys who made the Pro Bowl. Herbert, Tuli, Dicker the kicker definitely deserved to be there, too, for sure. Derwin James, Joe Alt basically found his way on there, too. Only playing 5 games.
Only playing 5 games.
But he's that impactful as a tackle, guys. And
I think the other alternate was
these are the alternates right here, too.
Oh, Delshon Hand. There we go.
So we got Scott Matlock, Dante Jackson, Khalil Mack, and Delshon Phillips.
Delshon Phillips, that's what I meant to say.
So, yeah. But shout out to those guys, man. We got, 9 players that essentially have a chance to get to the Pro Bowl. So,
the one person I want to talk about, too, on there is Scott Matlock. What an interesting player, though, because, he plays defensive line occasionally. This year he hasn't played a ton. But, again, he plays both sides of the ball, which I think is pretty fascinating. And he's done such a great job with this team. We're going to see a lot of Scott Matlock again this game, running and hitting people. That's his job, to tenderize that meat.
That's right.
And the league is noticing that, right? So I'm curious. I partially bring that up because we all know the NFL is a copycat league. Are we going to see some other teams try to do the same thing with Matlock as the Chargers are doing with Matlock?
Yep.
Right. It does change the dynamic of a defense when you have a guy like Matlock. It makes it very difficult, and you seal that edge pretty solidly.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy to think about what he's done. You got to think about Matlock basically being from a guy that was, a defensive lineman, a guy that potentially could be a 3rd or 4th kind of string type guy for the defensive lineman, to basically evolving him to basically a 3-way player, special teams, fullback, and also defensive line. So shout out to Matlock, man, and his opportunity, what he's doing, and seizing an opportunity all around. And he's also wearing a gray jersey usually at practice too. And man, here we go. Action Dan, dude. We got a 20. Shout out to us, dude. Thank you so much for the super chat, my guy. And dude, if we win the division, there's a really good chance of playing the Bills in SoFi, 3 versus the 6. And yes, I have been talking a little bit about that. There's kind of the side where it's like, is it realistic that, one, that at this point now, the Patriots are going to lose 2 games for the next 2 games. I don't really see that happening because they're playing against pretty cake teams. I think it's like the Jets. I'm just going to look at it right now. I think their next 2 games are the Jets and the Dolphins.
Yeah,
okay.
Easy.
Pretty cake schedule for them. So they're probably going to end up being the 2 or the 1, depending if we beat the Broncos. Now, if we basically beat the Broncos, let's talk about the game in front of us, the Texans. We beat the Texans and then we beat the Broncos. We take the division, but we'll probably end up being the 3, like you said here, Action Dan 65. And then the Jaguars end up being the 2 if they win out. And then it will be basically the, Patriots being the 1 at that point. But how great would it be to where all these Broncos fans over here pounding their chest, oh, look at us, we're great, blah, 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 blah. We steal the division, they get pushed down to the wild card, and potentially could get pushed down quite a bit in the wild card too. So it's going to be interesting to see. But Bills and SoFi, man, how sick would that be? That would be a great game, and that would be a game that could really decide a lot of what's going to happen with the playoffs in general. So, man, shout out Action Dan for the $20 super chat, my guy. Very much appreciated.
Yeah, and I don't worry too much about where we see at this point. Bottom line, you got to win tough games from now on, right? So, it is interesting having the conversation, but at the end of the day, it's also about us just playing our best football forward. The good news is we are playing our best football so far right now, and it's awesome. But I kind of like the Bills. The Bills will be good.
Agreed.
The Bills will be good.
Mind it.
If we can play the Bills at home, that'd be.
We'll be there. We will be there.
For
100%.
damn sure. We will be there. 100%.
Yep. And yep. And this is just another point too. Bills defense has been bad, kind of too, and that's a thing that you got a defensive head coach and a guy that's a defense that is not playing as well. I think the big key about the Bills is hold on Josh Allen and hold down James Cook. I think that's really it, and I don't think they have enough weapons around them to really throw the ball on us. So you could find a way to just kind of load the box and just spy those 2 guys. I'm in. And
the Bills have been pretty up and down, even offensively. I had Josh Allen this year in fantasy, and he's really wet the bed these last couple of weeks. So I think people have figured out how to stop and stymie their offense, and their defense, again, as you just pointed out, has not been that great. So,
absolutely. And one other quick fun fact before I grab the super chat here, Shad Hansen said, fun fact, Amarian Hampton's most yards by anyone 8 games or less. Yeah, dude, I agree. He could easily have been over 1,000 yards
easily
rusher this year, and I think would have been up for offensive rookie of the year too, for sure. But
well, I will give one last thought. Coming back from a fractured ankle, guys.
Yeah,
I mean,
crazy.
I'm sorry.
Crazy.
Like that alone and still playing good shows you what a phenom that kid is, man. And so
amazing.
I think I'm going to get the Hampton jersey. I think that's hey, you help me get that Hampton jersey. All right.
Noah, man, my guy, 190 super chat, man.
Ooh.
Gonna be at the game tomorrow. Bolt the F up. Let's go, dude. And hey, be loud, lose your voice, be absolutely crazy in that stadium. Give the Chargers the love they need right now. Give them the energy. Get them charged up. You know, big thing that they've been talking a lot too is the chants, like we talked about earlier in the show. You know, the whole thing that thunder. I mean, I'm okay with it, I guess. I mean, I know it's one of the things that we do. You know, I get it. The AC/DC song makes sense, but hey, either which way, just go out there, be very loud, be very, very loud to give them energy and everything too. I'm all about it. I know we did a video where it was like, we are the storm kind of chants too. There's all these different things, but man, it's going to be a great game, and have a great time at that one, Noah.
It's going to be great. Yeah, absolutely. Have fun for us. Have fun for us.
We'll be at the Bolt Pride 602 watch party for sure here in Arizona, man, and we'll be getting crazy.
Enjoying them Wiggins,
man. We'll be having some Wiggins while we watch the game. But let's jump into the stats here, guys. We got a lot of stats here to kind of go over. So this is basically Houston's offense versus our defense. Not scoring as much points too, but we'll talk about our offense and we're very, very similar in that aspect. Offensively, their best is actually at 16 ranked, which is only their 4th down conversion. It's not something that you happen to have all the time too, but they're really not great in a lot of things either which way. They're just kind of at a mid-tier to back end type thing too. Red zone scoring, they are bad. 31st in the league, 45.10. So they aren't that good to where we are really pretty good in the league. Number 4 in the league against red zone scoring. So what does that believe how this game works? Take what points you could get at this point.
Yeah.
Like that's what it's going to be with this game. Take whatever points you could get. And I'm sure that's what the Texans are going to be looking at.
Yeah. And they don't get a lot of yards. Again, they're mid-range offensively. I think our we'll show our defense here in a second as well too. We're going to look a lot better, but again, points allowed, they really are good at stopping. It's going to be defensive game, guys. That's really what it's going to be. So I'm really curious to see how this all plays out. But, it's exciting. This is going to be a fun rematch from the game that we were at. And wanted to jump off a Houston bridge for sure. You know,
and the big thing, too, it's one-score type game. I mean, that's probably where it's going to lead at this point. But I think the big part of it is going to be the defense. Which defense could really show out? Which one could create chaos? Which one could create turnovers? Which one could basically find a way to stop their offense?
Yeah, I think the other thing I would say too is possession. Time of possession will be pretty big in this game. I think that's why if we can continue to get the running game going the way we did. Look, Genty looked really good last week.
Exactly, against the Texans.
Genty looked good. So if we can get Amarian Hampton to do as well as look, the Raiders almost beat them last week. So that would lead me to believe that Houston's not playing the best football right now. If we could just emulate what the Raiders did with a better squad that's executing better, we should be in this game 100%. And if we can get Amarian Hampton to go over 100 yards, I think we win. I think we're averaging 123 yards per game rushing, something like that.
Yeah.
So we're one of the highest rushing teams in the NFL. And I think we're just going to pound the rock again. And then 20, 30 passes. That's about all we need to do to win this game.
I thought this is an interesting stat here. They get basically 5 yards per play, offensively wise, 25th in the league. And then our defense being number 9, basically allowing 5 yards. So it's like a very even wash at that point.
But it just shows you the disparity of those numbers as well too. So when you look at the ranking, it's kind of like, it makes sense. But dude, I think the red zone scoring is the biggest one right there too. If we hold them to field goals, this will be a dub for us.
This will be a dub for us. But I do think with the 3rd down conversions too, 38.16%. Offensively, they're not moving very well.
No.
We are one of the best in the league, only allowing 35%.
So, and remember to think about the defense on that side too. We've actually gotten better over this year.
Yeah.
Because at the beginning we were good. We won our first 3 games, and then we kind of struggled when we were losing. We got mollywopped a couple times, like the Jags and such. So I'm just saying the last few games we've actually been a lot better than some of those numbers would even show.
Yep, I agree. And I know there were even some talks about their middle linebacker coming back too, which was I believe it was the number 0. He was I know who it is, and I remember even when the playoff game, was it Aziz Al-Shar, I believe is who the linebacker. Yep, Al-Shar is going to be back. I know there was that talk right here too with Eric Aguirre. So basically he's very, very good. And when he came back into the playoff game too, he played extremely well for the Texans. So, I mean, yes, that is going to be one of those key points. He is a phenomenal inside linebacker and one of their captains there too. So I like Al-Shar too. So that is definitely something to keep an eye on too. See how it goes. So, but I think it's funny. Texans offense is booty cheeks. Roberts 93. Funny comment there, my guy.
Very funny. They struggle. They don't do well. CJ Stroud hasn't been great. I mean, there's even a case in my mind that Davis Mills has made that team better. Yeah. So look, at the end of the day, I think they want CJ Stroud to be there, but he just hasn't been good. He's been inconsistent. That's the right word for it.
Exactly. I don't really feel too much threat from him by any means. And like to the point last time, I mean, the Raiders almost found a way. Yeah, I would suspect that we go too high shell pretty much this entire game, too high safety, and just rush 4 pretty much the entire time, and we'll probably be okay. Yeah, big thing for us too. I mean, even to what the stats have been telling us this year, I mean, we keep teams under 20, we're going to win. Mm-hmm. We're going to win. Yep. So, and I think that's good. That's a part of that bully ball, right? Chargers offense, it's funny because it's not like our offense is scoring a whole heck of a lot of points either, too. It's very similar. They're 23.1. We're 23.3. It's not like it's much different. But big thing for this team
number 1
is defense. They keep teams down in scoring. Now, they did allow also the Raiders to score 20 on them last week. But categories-wise, this is their bread and butter. It's like all this stuff here, man.
Yeah, we give up, 20? So, like I said, if we can get over 20, we should win this game for sure.
Yep. And then it's a yards per game. I mean, we're almost in top 10, 345. We got some areas where we do well. And, third and Keenan basically is alive and well at 47.22%. Third in the league on third down conversions. Are one of the worst in third down conversions, but our defense is very good on third down conversions, on stopping them. So it is an interesting game all around for us too. And go back to that whole point about take whatever points you can get. We're only 50% red zone scoring. I think it's getting a tad bit better for us, but 27th the league, and they're allowing 60% red zone scoring right now too. So we could score a little bit more touchdowns potentially in this one. And I think with the Quentin Johnson situation last week and showing what he did in the red zone too, and his catches, he has been one of those guys that's been a great red zone target for us. And that's one thing I really hope for this game too, to be honest. I want to see QJ show up because he did not necessarily show up well for us in that playoff game.
So QJ's overall PFF score this year is 90.5. That is pretty amazing. That's amazing. So he's done really well. And Justin Herbert's overall PFF grade, just to give you an example, is 88.1. Again, it's PFF. Not a huge fan of PFF in general, but the reason why his has dropped a little bit is because of the interceptions and the fumbles that he's had. So, and Derwin James defensively, 92.0. So, again, if you're in the 90s, you're absolutely elite. So, Quentin Johnson has actually had a very good score this year. So, again, we are the most effective offensively when we're in 10 personnel or 11 personnel, but that puts Justin Herbert in absolute harm's way. He's got to get the ball out real fast. And so that's where it gets a little scary for me, right? I think that's our best overall play formation, but it puts Justin Herbert in, he could get dry humped up and down the field. So I suspect a lot of 12 personnel, a lot of 13 personnel, maybe a lot of 10 and 11 for short yardage, the short yardage play. Be interesting to see how it plays out. I'm excited, but I do also think we're just to run the ball. I think we do 25 to 30 rushes. If we rush the ball that many times, we usually win.
Yep. Bully ball, right?
Yep.
And I think ultimately that's what we need to do. And I do think it's going to really boil down to what defense could actually do as much disrupting as they possibly can. You think about where we're at. I mean, we don't have our tackles. We got probably I think we have 16 different configurations on this offensive line thus far this year.
Yep.
It's not pretty, but I think this is going to really be can Herbert move, basically? Get out of harm's way, essentially, at this point. Find his way to basically move up in the pocket, move out of the pocket, get the ball out of his hands kind of quickly, too, on top of that. So, ultimately, if we could get the ball running the ball very, very well with Amari Hampton, which I think he's going to have a very big game this one. I think if we just kind of just play that bully ball type mentality, I think we'll do perfectly fine in this game. Now, you got to go back to that playoff game, too. Justin Herbert did have a lot of little injuries, ankle situations, whatever reason. He did not want to run the ball. He stayed in the pocket. He was getting clobbered. He was forcing the ball downfield. You know, these players remember these games, and they remember how to attack them, I think. And I think this is going to be one of those games where I think Justin Herbert's going to have to use his legs a little bit to kind of get out of the pocket, get away from the pressure, find a way to get the ball out of his hands quickly. Like that Dallas game, I felt like he did a great job of getting the ball out of his hands and using his legs.
He needs to do that. And that was his best game of the year. So I'd say offensively, they should go with the same offense that they ran against Dallas for the most part.
Yep.
And then secondarily, I think just do what they're doing on defense. Jesse Minter has done a lot of mixing up the cover formations, a lot of cover 3, keeping the 2 high safety up there, occasionally, but they're rotating around. They're not really let me put it this way. Before the bye, he was pretty much in the same formation. It was a 2-4-5 defense, which is pretty much 2 defensive linemen, 4 linebackers, so 2 edge rushers, two middle linebackers, and the rest a mixture of Derwin James potentially coming down the box, and the rest is 2 high safety. So it was really, they were running that almost 50% of the time. They have now moved to be a lot more different and more variations, and they're disguising their defensive up fronts a lot. So it's been good. That defensively has really changed things. I think you can confuse CJ Stroud is really what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
I do think you can make it very hard for him to know what we're going to do, and it's going to make that game a lot easier for us to win. So I'm excited to see what Jesse Minter dials up, because their offense is not that great. You got to lock down Nico Collins. That's pretty much the main guy.
Agreed, man. And I do think it is one of those things that, hey, what defense could figure out how to basically disrupt? And I think that's really what's going to happen in this game. And I think Minter's ready to be honest, man, like that playoff game, I keep reflecting on it because that's our last time we played the Texans. I thought our defense did more than enough. It was our offense was just kind of off.
Terrible.
And so it goes to a little bit of calling out Greg Roman. Make sure you draw up the right plays, get the ball out of Herbert's hands, do what you were doing in that Dallas game, to be honest. I think that was one of those things where Dallas basically, we were getting the ball out of Herbert's hands, not basically putting him in harm's way. Herbert had great field vision, getting the ball around and moving around and getting out of the pocket and getting out of harm's way. I loved watching that, man. And, and a lot of people even talk about here, even to say Gadsden is a godsend. And, hey, we got a lot of rookies that are really doing well. I mean, people are talking about in the chat here too about, hey, we got a lot more skill players than we normally do. I mean, we got a lot more offensive, wide receivers. KLS is a guy that I'd love to see a little bit more within this game. Gadsden is another thing too. Keenan Allen, obviously having him back, I think is major for us, especially on those third downs, one of the best in third down. So, I think I'm kind of giving a little bit of my last thoughts here too, but let's just go out there and play bully ball. Let's go out there and make them pay. We're at home, guys, in SoFi, in Los Angeles. They should be having such a hard time on their offense where we are just absolutely screaming the entire time, making it hard on them to basically get the right calls, forcing them to make timeouts. Let these fans be loud in SoFi. I would love to hear the broadcast basically just when they're on offense, you are screaming. When we are on defense, we are basically just chanting them on and rooting on for them. And let's make it happen. And offensively, for us, let's be quiet as a mouse in the stadium, dude. Mm-hmm. Quiet as a mouse. Let them do their thing and let them cook. Let Justin Herbert cook, man. But I can't wait to see this one, guys.
Yeah. So I'll give my final thoughts on the offense. Greg Roman, I think, has done a good job of something called sequencing. It's something I've looked into a little bit, and there's been some interesting YouTubers that I've watched some people break down sequencing. And what you do is you're showing like, hey, I'm in 22 personnel, and you show them the exact same play formation, and you see exact same motion. You run the ball twice, right? Then the third time you play action it, and then you throw the ball over the top, right? And they've done a lot of that. And if you notice the second half of most of our games, our offense has been much better.
Yep. That's
what sequencing is, right? You're showing them the same thing you showed them the first half, but then the second half, you're throwing a wrinkle out there. Again, guys, this game is a game of inches, right? It does not take a lot to win a defensive, battle, right? It's just the sequencing can really help. And that's when you can beat them deep downfield. I think against the Cowgirls, we averaged 10 yards per pass attempt. So again, run the ball, get that short yardage, then you get the deep pass. That's where the sequencing really steps in. That's where the play action really is effective. Okay, the defense, they're running the ball again. Oh crap. Then the tight end bleeds out and you get a huge play and you throw a tight end screen or a wide receiver screen. This is what Greg Roman is trying to do. Again, it's a game of cat and mouse. It's very exciting, but it's also ugly looking football at times, but then all of a sudden it looks pretty exciting. So again, I've been pretty impressed with the way Greg Roman has managed it this year so far.
Absolutely. And I'm excited about this one. This is a big game, guys. It should be playoff atmosphere at SoFi.
Be loud, be proud, boys.
Be loud, be proud. Bolt up out there, guys. Have a great time at the game. If you're not watching the game, it's on NFL Network too. Andrew and I will be at the Bull Pride 602 watch party in Phoenix. So come through. I'll throw the details on the post for YouTube about where we're meeting up. But same place, same time at Native Wiggins. We will be there, guys. And we can't wait, man. This is a massive, massive game. We win this. Week 18 becomes even more interesting, guys. That becomes now division at that point, and it would be so sweet. So sweet to take that away from the Broncos, man. So
absolutely.
Well, we're excited, guys. But once again, guys, bolt up, guys. Appreciate you guys once again. Andrew and James, let's get out of here. Bolt Bros, let's go.
Hey, what's up? Cameron Dick here watching Bolt Bros podcast.